Hey, 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 howdy do, hooty hoo, and hooty doodly doody doo. Hi! Okay, we are here at Sanctuary Hills with Tess Torino, and we are here for the final look, an actual tour of Possum Lodge. Between last episode and this episode, I added a little bit more decoration to make it look a little more lived in, a little more homey. Nothing too crazy, but I hope just enough to give the hints, give the ideas of what I take away from the primary appearance of Possum Lodge and what the different rooms and segments and sections of the show might look like. So without further ado, let us get into it. All right, and speaking of the devil, there's Stinky Peterson. Okay, so first of all, we've got here a lodge member who's actually on the job right now. This is Winston Rothschild III's sewage truck. As some of you may recall, Winston Rothschild's sewage and septic sucking services. No job too big, no job too small, teacup or swimming pool, we suck 'em all. Yep. Call 555-SUCK. Now let's turn that off. And they have their own little power generating station. And of course, as the windmill spins up there, it turns some gears and it comes down here and it starts spinning some stuff. I'm not going to get into the how electricity is generated with copper wires wound around other things, and that's science. You guys can look it up yourself. But that's basically what's going on here with windmill generator, and it is also connected through the main pole to a large 3 rows of batteries inside this unit, and these gauges are keeping an eye on the batteries. And then it also sends the electricity out through the cables. Let's see, sends electricity out through the cables up here to their main tower and then onto the building. So that's the east side. And here is one of their shipments that they still haven't finished getting through. It's full of parts and toys and pixie sticks. Harold loves his pixie sticks. And all sorts of other stuff. Tools, hardware, flannel, galoshes, things like that. So here is the front of Possum Lodge. Would you care to go inside? Well, we're not going to yet. We're going to go and check out the other side. So this is this is the dining area in especially season 2, but in all of the seasons we know that they have a kitchen. We only really see it often in season 2, where Eddie, the aspiring actor and musicals singer, he wants to be in musicals, but for the time being he's the cook at Possum Lodge. So that's the kitchen. We will be taking a look at that. And this is basically the back of the lodge. Don't really have too much to add at the moment. I just, thought you guys might like looking at what's going on here. For any I mean, of course, most of you have already seen the build episodes, all of the previous build episodes, but for those who have just chosen to wait until watching just the tour, which is fine, I'm showing off the various things. So this is a window that they can use. They can open if they want to get more fresh air. They can close it to keep the blood bugs away and most flying insects. And they can lock it up, so it's not easy for burglars to come in and steal Red's decoy right there. And let's see. You can kind of see that there's some storage inside, underneath. So some more of their stuff. Stuff that has been actually waiting to be opened for, 5, 10, 15, 35 years. About 185 years if you talk to Old Man Sedgwick. But there is access to it if you want. More screening to, ironically, screening to keep out bugs, but there's this big old thing, so, whatever. It's just to make it a little more difficult to get inside for some people, for mostly animals. Like dogs, most dogs don't want to jump over a pointy fence here. But this is a little easier for them to squeeze through, so yeah, they put this up to keep dogs from going in. And they put that pallet up to block over a hole that happened, ages ago in this foundation. And yeah, and so some more stability here. And let's just head in through the front. Now, this again is not an exact recreation of the Red-Green show or the lodge or anything like that. It is my best interpretation for what I've seen on the series. I'm making do with what I had available in terms of mods and what was in the mods. So, yes, I do know that this is not exact, but I'm actually pretty happy with how close this does look to Red and Harold's main set that we see. Lots of junk, lots of animal heads. Got the snowshoes. If you check out some of the episodes, they got snowshoes on the wall. There's the stuffed bear, and all sorts of additional items. It's a Tools wind chime. Plenty of kegs of beer. Now over here, this is Harold's, as he calls it, his axe. He wears it and uses it to produce and direct the show. He does a lot of tapping and key buttons pressing and sliding and all that stuff. But when he's not producing the show, he sets it down here and just kind of waits for him before he goes to the microphone to introduce his Uncle Red. But there's just some more stuff around here, and so yeah. Harold stands here and says, "And now, a man who needs no introduction, Uncle Red." And then Red comes over there. Now, the way I see it, before the show starts, Red comes in back over here, and then he waits for his name to be called, And then he comes walking out here and waving at the camera and, hey everybody, all sorts of weird stuff with Buster Hatfield today, and he just bought himself a brand new Trabant from 1964 from Eastern Germany, and well, it's a piece of shit. So, so this is actually what I figure it looks like to Red and Harold when they're on this side of the camera. You see the camera over there, and you can, you know, the audience, which is basically inside the camera, is over there. And yeah, I did my best to recreate everything here. And let me just fix the weather. There we go. Nice and clear. And of course, any of you familiar with the show, is Handyman Corner, which of course is in the corner. He's got all sorts of little things that he's built for all sorts of people, and of course, the Handyman's secret weapon, duct tape, is of course everywhere. And he's working on his own little affordable giddy-up buttercup for any kids who want to be able to ride one. Plenty of tools. And, oh yes, and let's close the door here. Got themselves a nice little shelving unit made of a boat, of course. This is Red, this is Possum Lodge, and they create some amazing stuff, really, furniture and everything. And oh yeah, there's it's blocked by the cameras, but you know, they've got some feral ghoul heads as well as animal heads, because well, the ferals are, well, they're feral, they're pretty much just wild animals. And yeah, got some teacup lights. Red made those in one of his episodes. Head back over here, and we are now in the kitchen and dining area of Possum Lodge. Someone's got themselves something yummy there. And yeah, so what you do is you come over here, and Eddie was proud of the fact that he swatted this fly that was buzzing around his cooking. Of course, that gave Red and everybody else, you know, an idea that, yeah, your cooking is so bad, only these things will eat it. But, you know, whatever. And you know what? We have not seen this dog yet. But he's a dog, he's a puppy, so obviously he's a good boy. So here's some food that you can just come up and grab if you want, or you can grab yourself a cup of coffee, specialty coffee there. You can grab yourself a Gwinnett. And if you want something specific, you can talk to Eddie, and he will cook you up something. He loves making the donuts, loves cooking with lard and butter and all sorts of fattening stuff, because, damn it, butter makes things taste good. This whole, fat-free, yeah, well, what do they use to replace the fat? Sugar, to make it taste good. So, not that great. But anyway, not going to get into anything about that. I like butter. I also like, you know, trying to stay healthy and stuff. Anyway, here's some food items that Eddie will sell you or just use as ingredients. Got himself a sink with running water, which we will see shortly. Rinsing off some of the... there we go. Rinsing off some of the produce. And, of course, washing dishes. Again, more cooking supplies. And for those who do not recall or are new to the channel, and this is your first viewing of Possum Lodge here. This is Eddie's oven. He has just pulled out a loaf of bread from his oven. This is heated up by this hot plate is basically attached very strongly to this, and basically he turns it on and it heats this thing up. And who was it? Moose Thompson was actually able to get this red light here to work so that once it reaches a certain temperature, that light will come on. And then Eddie knows to grab the oven mitt, grab the little handle there, pull it forward, and then pop in or out whatever he's baking in the oven. And of course here they've got a fully restored and repaired hot plate, and then just one that they can use, and of course a cooking counter. And of course he's got a lot of whatever needs refrigeration is inside there. A couple people hanging out and playing some chess. Some good words to live by. Oh yes, and so after, as I said, you get your food from over here, and of course you come down here and you sit wherever you can. There's actually quite a lot of seating for, because usually the lodge members don't all come in all at the same time. And then when you finish, whatever you can't eat, you just dump into the garbage there, scrape it off, and then put your dirty plates and utensils and glasses over here. And if you've had any Nuka-Cola, just place the empty bottles here. Got some Nuka-Cola, Nuka Quantum sitting in there. And if you need to use the bathroom, well, there you go. Plenty of toilet paper. Sink works great. And yeah, this flushes out. There is water here, and this flushes out into the septic system, which of course is what Winston Rothschild's is pumping out today. A little bit of nice artwork in the bathroom. Of course, something to keep your... Wow. The way this towel looks is rather suggestive. If you know what I mean. Maybe it's just me. Oh, and this here is his door, where he can basically get some receive deliveries of food, or he can go down here and get some fish from Mercury Creek, or he can go up Mercury Creek into Possum Lake itself and also get some fish. Usually he has Doc Render fish for him, so, but then again Doc Render would come up here and give him his fish. Now we're back here, and over here is the location for the experts segment of the show and mail call. So Harold generally sits in there, that chair, and Red will sit there, and if it's the experts segment of the show, he'll have one of his friends sitting there. And so Harold will ask the question and they will answer. But this is kind of a small space, so the cameraman basically uses this little camera to record the episodes. And of course there's a painting of one of the early Possum Lodges, and just some decorations in here just to kind of make it a little more lived in. And here's the window we saw from earlier. And not much back here, but then we don't see anything back here. The cameraman stands back here. So there's really no reason to have this very decorated. Then we head up here. And this, as I mentioned in earlier episodes, this is a little seating area that I created for my friend Rhonda and I, so that whenever she decided to come over with her fur kids, Piper and Tess, cute little cats, we could all just hang out here and sit on this couch that Red made in one of his Handyman Corner episodes. And we can just kind of like look out over Mercury Creek and share some cupcakes and Nuka Quantum, sit next to some crystals that are just beautiful. I mean, when the sunlight hits that, oh, rainbows everywhere. Plenty of food. Got ourselves a skeletal Mingo. And of course we have some meeps if we're in the mood for meeps. And a camera to capture the wonderfulness of the view and each other's company. And of course, if we want something a little harder to drink, well, we've got ourselves a fully stocked wet bar right over here. Oh, and this is the water system for the sink in the kitchen. You know, not everybody wants to see it, so we have a little door, but there is easy access to repair it, fill up some more water if it happens to not be raining yet, and but when there is water in here, it is solar heated, so the water is kind of warm. It's not freezing cold when it comes in through the tap. And we'll be checking that out pretty soon. And of course, you know, I mean, it's you can walk this way if you want, but you know, you gotta. It's not a fun way to step over it. And you know what? Let's go back through the kitchen. Sorry about zipping through there like that. Oh yes, and Eddie does have a cookbook, Mama Q's cookbook. Yes. So now let us take a look upstairs. And up here we have another window. Get some fresh air. Keep out the blood bugs and bloat flies for the most part. And walk over this way and we come into, yes, Harold does not have a door, but well, he doesn't have a door because the lodge members teasing him ripped it off the hinges one night. And Harold just hasn't really been able to get it repaired yet. But he does have a curtain for privacy when the bathroom is being used, or you know, when he's using it. Then if somebody comes in through his open door, they don't, you know, he does have some privacy for that. But this is his bed and his teddy bear. He's got some reading material, and he's got his reading glasses there. Alarm clock. Nice little lamp. Place to sit and read. He's got himself one of his favorite drinks. A couple of collectibles. And a beautiful view. So we enter into here, and this is the bathroom. And yes, again, there is plumbing in here. Pipes go down, it all goes into the septic system. But they're prepared for whatever they need, to clean the toilet or whatever. Get themselves a drink. Red's shaving kit. Red and Harold's toothbrush. I mean, Red's got his own toothbrush. He's got two toothbrushes because, well, he doesn't trust Harold. Some towels. Harold left his rubber ducky in there. And some curtains that can be drawn. And some more for some privacy. But you can get some cross breeze coming through, no problem. And here we have the door to Red's bedroom. So Red also doesn't have a door, but there's really no way to fit a door here. But none of the lodge members really bother him too much when he's in his bedroom. Usually, sometimes they'll short sheet the bed, but usually they save that for Harold. And here's another painting of a later version of Possum Lodge. Some of Red's belongings. A collage of some of the areas in the northern Tri-County area, some mountain vistas and such. It's got his slippers, nice comfy bed, and a poster that reminds him of his wife Bernice. Nice radio, things like that. And he too, he's got stuff to keep blood bugs out, but he can open it if he wants to climb out the window or just have a beautiful unobstructed view of Mercury Creek and Possum Lake. And then we just head out here, and there's the head of the stairs, and there's Harold's room. Turn off the light. Yeah. I had fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this. And I hope that you all enjoyed the tour. And if you haven't watched my series, Building Possum Lodge, please, I hope that you start at the beginning and watch all the way through. And then maybe after watching it all the way through, you can watch the tour again and see how everything, the final outlook for everything. So let me just turn these on. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't self-promote very often, so I hope that you will. Maybe mention this channel to some of your friends who like Fallout 4 building, and hey, who even enjoy the Red Green Show. This is a fun little series where I built the Possum Lodge. I do plan to do another one later with probably a bigger one, or just version 2.0, so to speak. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed yourselves. Remember, be excellent to each other and to yourself. Party on. And if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice. Bye.